Greetings. This is Akiba Ra, and yes, it's going new look. But this video is actually about our 3-2-1 Power Shake Food of the Gods. Absolutely, definitely. For those of you who have purchased it, I also want to tell you about our protein, because it becomes a true complete food when we add the protein in it, because the protein is very important. And let me speak a little bit about the protein. This protein is it's pea protein. It's pea protein isolate, and it's a product of Belgium. And one of the things about European standards in terms of their foods and food quality, their standards are actually higher than U.S. organic. So this is a really good product to use in terms of getting that protein. Now, just speaking about the protein for a minute, protein is extremely important. It helps the repair of your cells, of the regrowth of your cells, of the regenerating of your cells, and it's extremely important. It's important for women and men, as well as those who may be with child, or if you're nursing. It's important to take your protein in the morning, though. This is something really important. One of the reasons why taking protein in the morning is so important is because your body will break down the fat and the sugars faster than the protein itself. And so what happens is, once those sugars and the carbs, once the sugars, the fats, and the carbs are broken down, then your body begins to burn muscle fiber. And you don't want that to happen. You don't want your muscle fiber to be burned for energy, because that's what it will do. So by having adequate protein, lean, healthy, nutritious protein in your body, it will allow your body to break down the protein, and giving you a longer endurance of energy. That's why people will say, for energy, instead of taking the caffeine, you want to have protein in the morning. Well, you're getting a double whammy with having that cacao in there in your 3-2-1 Power Shake, and having the protein in there, because you're getting that nutrition and that your body needs. So I wanted to say that first about the protein. But what I'm going to do right now is just put a nice little mixture together. Of course, you don't have to follow it this way. This is just a sample recipe of one of the recipes that we do in our house. I'm going to include the banana in mine, because I love adding a little banana in mine. My husband, he doesn't eat bananas, but I do. So I add a piece of fruit. And if you have ideas, other mixtures, fruit and different mixtures that you've come up with the 3-2-1 Power Shake and the protein shake, you can share those as well. Okay, but let me go ahead with this one. I start off with about 12 ounces of almond milk. You could use any type of milk product that you use. I wouldn't recommend soy milk. Some people use rice milk. Almond milk, you might want to make your own almond milk if you want to. We just kind of do that on convenience. We like the almond milk. Vanilla almond milk is also really tasty. I go ahead and usually I put my banana next. That's where I start next. Bananas, they add sweetness, they add bulk, they also add potassium that your body needs. Then I go ahead in with my 3-2-1 Power Shake, adding you want to add 2 to 3 tablespoons. I typically will do 2. Today I'm going to do a little bit more than 2. I'm going to do a rounded tablespoon. So I'm getting a little bit more than the 2 tablespoons of the 3-2-1 Power Shake. And I didn't fully put that back on, but that's all right. And for the protein isolate, you want to have 4 tablespoons of the protein isolate equals 26 grams of protein. Typically, I do half that. That's really good for a man. The recommended daily allowances, I'm looking down at some notes because I wanted to make sure I share proper information with you guys. For a woman, about 130 or 40 pounds is about 46 grams of protein per day. For a man, it will be about 56. So, I'm using I'm going to use half of the amount. I'm not saying this you would necessarily do. Half of the amount will give me 13 grams of protein in this particular shake. You can do the whole 4 if you like. For men, I would recommend to do the whole 4 for men. I'm just doing half that amount as a woman. I also, one of the other items that we use are oats. We use oats, and a lot of people kind of sleep on oats. Oats are really good for you. You want to look for oats that are, like how this says, these are quick oats. We use the quick oats just for faster blendings, for smoother blending. But you want to look for quick oats that come from 100% whole grain oats, because that means it still has the 3 parts of the oat bran and the germ, and there's a 3rd part of it, the endosperm of the oats. You want to make sure it has all 3 parts, because that's where you're getting the vitamin E in there, you're getting your oat fiber, you're getting your daily fiber intake, so that's really important. And I use about 1/3 of a cup of that. That's also your bulk. That's giving you your bulk and kind of your filler, but it's a healthy filler. Keep in mind, you don't want to just add things into your shake simply for taste. Anything you add in there, if it is for taste, let it be of a benefit. Let it be something that helps to benefit you. I love cinnamon, and I also add cinnamon to my shakes, and it's a taste thing, because you know with the cacao is bitter in there, and some of the other whole foods that are placed in there, either they have a little bit of a bitter taste or they don't quite have a taste at all. So something like cinnamon is really good, but cinnamon is good because it's what's some of the things? It's good for memory. It's good for memory. It's good for your as an anti-inflammatory. It's also good for your skin. It has a lot of other benefits in burning fat as well. So I love cinnamon. I always like to add a little bit of cinnamon into my foods. And we spoke before about eating Indian foods. There are a lot of foods that use cinnamon in it. That's very good. And also about a tablespoon of agave. Now it's up to you how much agave you would use, or how much or what type of a sweetener you would use. I would recommend agave. I would also recommend dates or date sugar or maple syrup, a good type of a sugar. You don't want to add just plain white sugar or what people call brown sugar. Use a good sugar that's not going to raise your the hypoglycemic index, your sugar level, those who may have diabetes, and even for those who don't, because it'll give you a spike and then it'll drop you. So this is really smooth in your body, and your body can maintain its blood sugar levels. And I have all of my ingredients in. So let's go ahead and blend it up. Okay. All right. So I blended it, and it's ready for drinking. I love to drink mine with a straw. Make sure it, again, you want to make sure, remember, you always, that's good. You always want to make sure that you have your protein in there. I want to stress the protein in the 3-2-1 Power Shake, because the protein, it is absolutely necessary, as I mentioned to you. If you don't get your protein added to the 3-2-1 Power Shake, then you're going to need to maybe eat some eggs in the morning, or you know, some kind of turkey sausage, turkey bacon, some sort of other protein or meat. You need to add that protein in there, because the protein is essential in the morning.